Hey everyone, so today is a video where I'm going to do a review on this Canon EF-S 60mm ultrasonic USM lens. So this 60mm lens is a great macro USM lens, and I'm going to show you why it is a great macro lens. So here, as you can see, I'm holding right here in my hands, and it is literally like this size lens. And so I'm now going to show you the features that this lens has, but because it is an ultrasonic USM lens, so that means basically the USM motor inside that focus is very fast, automatic focus. So I'm now shooting on a Canon EOS 7070. I'm just borrowing it from somebody else, but it's a great camera. But I'm going to show you some samples I've taken with this lens and my best shot. So let's get started. Hey everyone, so now I just want to show you a few basic features this lens now has. So if I now will take off this lens cap, it has a 52mm lens cap which came with the lens. So this lens has a 52mm lens cap, and as you can see, the lens has this type of round thing that it has. I don't know what you call it, but still, as you can see, it is a USM f2.8 lens and has this focus point, and as you can see there, you can see your focus right there. Yes, and it is a EF-S lens, and oops, okay, so if I take this off, as you can see that there's copper things there, and the white iron, it's made of steel, I think so, but still, it's a macro lens and it's a great lens. Has an automatic manual focus switch, and let me put the lens cap on, then again let's get started. So guys, now I'm currently shooting with the Canon 50mm f1.8 STM lens. Now I can swap the lenses to this 60mm lens. The focus don't want to work. Now as you can see here, I'm going to swap lenses right now and to show you the difference. So guys, now after I just swapped the lenses, now as you can see, I just now swapped the lenses from my 50mm to my 60mm f2.8 lens. Now there's my 50mm. Now as you also know, this lens has a USM motor inside, so that means basically the focus is very fast. It has a very fast automatic focus rotor. So now we are going to test out a bit samples, macro videos I'm going to shoot right now. So guys, now let's test out the macro, how narrow can it go. So now I'm going narrower and narrower. So now let us test out the narrowest that it could go. So you can see it's struggling, now it's working. Now as you can see this leaf, I'm gonna put my finger next to it. There it is. Now you can see how big is my finger now in a shot. You can see my fingerprint actually. Which makes the lens also so special is that it has an aperture of 2.8. That means that the lens is it has a big aperture. Now I want to change the aperture up to, I'm going to change the aperture, and now you can see it's getting darker and darker. And now it's back to 2.8. Now that means it could get many light in, and I can took also nice photos in the night. Now as you can see, there's a little bee sitting there, so I am now also filming and taking photos with this lens of pictures of bees and stuff like that. So this is now basically a photo of a bee right there, and I can even go narrow, just like that. So guys, if you can see this plant right here, now what I want to do right now is change the aperture up and test it out. So this is now basically on aperture 2.8, so that means not so many detail inside, but this lens is really also a sharp lens. So now I'm going to change it to 3.2, 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, 5.0, 5.6, 6.3, 7.1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 25, 29, and it could go up to aperture 32. So now I'm gonna put my ISO up to, can only go up to that much, but I'm gonna change my shutter speed up to 60 so that you can see. I'm now at ISO, I mean aperture 32. That's a lens most minimum aperture it has. So you can see this lens can go up to an aperture like that. So you see this, you can see the background and stuff like that. So, and with the aperture of 32, this lens, so you can basically see the plants right there and the detail also. So guys, now I just reviewed the 60mm to show you a few videos of making videos on the bees and stuff like that. So in my hands I've got this 60mm f2.8 macro USM lens, which is designed by Canon, and this lens will cost you around $400, I think so, but as me, I live in South Africa, it cost me in rand, South African rands, it cost me 4,500 rand on a special, but it actually cost you 5,300 rand. But still, it's a great lens because as I've shown you, that it has this clear thing, you can see your focus where the eyes go, and has a fast USM rotor, so that where I just show you there, and with the fast focus. But I'm shooting with a Canon 7070, which has a 49 autofocus points, which make it even better. And also the optical image stabilization, it doesn't have that feature in board, because only the hour lenses like Canon's f4 or the 50mm f2.0 USM lens that has a image stabilizer. But one of my favorite lenses are the Canon 85mm f1.2 USM. That's one of my favorite lenses. But this lens is currently my favorite lens because it's better than, personally for me, better than a 100mm macro lens, because a 100mm is a bit too, you can shoot better macro, but sort of 100mm lens, and it's too narrow, you see too much detail. But with this lens, it's like the normal size of your eyes if you look through the viewfinder. But this lens, personally, I think it's worth its price, really. If it wasn't worth its price, because a 35mm SDM lens, which is a bit worse, a macro lens, costs you almost the same price as this lens, but this lens has a bit more narrower range. But basically the 35mm SDM lens has a light, which you can switch on or off, macro light. But this lens has a better macro, you can go closer with this lens. This is like the best lens, best beginner macro lens. The Canon 60mm f2.8 USM lens, because the USM is better than the SDM. Then I have other lenses which isn't even a USM lens. I have a SDM lens which I am shooting right now with, and also I have one USM lens. This is my only USM lens I have. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more videos, and make sure you ring that bell. If you ring that, you're a great person. Thank you.